Yo, what is up guys? Joker here bringing you a video on the Arch Glacor, the new boss we got for God Wars Dungeon 3 that we received about a week ago on the 31st of August. In case anyone's still having trouble with this boss, I figured I would go ahead and throw out a video to go ahead and help you out. Now this is going to be a short video going over normal mode. And then right after this, I'm going to make another video about the hard mode of this boss, as well as I'm going to continue to follow the God War Dungeon 3. So as you can see, I have about, 650 kills pretty much of this boss. So I've killed it quite a few times. This is why I feel like I can effectively make a guide on it. Now, like I said, this is going to be going over the easy mode. If you haven't been here yet, the Arch Glacor has 5 mechanics that you can set up to unlock hard mode. You have to kill him with all mechanics on while being on one player. For whatever reason, even if you go in solo, if it says more than one player, it won't unlock hard mode for you. But let's go into it. So essentially, it's going to be the Pillars of Ice is going to be beams that come out of the ground that drain your adrenaline, as well as they drain your prayer, and they do constant damage. The exposed core is going to be what a lot of players refer to as the hug. He kind of slams down and exposes his core. You just have to break one of his arms, and that does ramping damage. Most of the time, as long as you have some kind of DPS, it's not even a problem. It's mainly a time for you to gain HP if you need it. The Frost Cannon is the only mechanic that you really have to worry about, but in normal mode, it's not that hard. You can just resonance the Frost Cannon and you're perfectly fine. And then the Minions is going to be essentially, this isn't really a mechanic, that's why I'm not going over it. And then the Minions are essentially just 4 minions that spawn. The boss will be immune for that duration that they are alive. And they are going to go ahead and you just have to kill the minions before you can really damage the boss. So in normal mode, the boss is kind of a joke. So I'm going to go ahead and explain it as it happens. So this is the first mechanic that popped up in this kill. Now these all are on a random rotation. I'm going to be doing this kill with commentary, as well as I'm going to be doing soul split over the whole thing, just to show that the boss isn't really that much of a challenge in normal mode. So just in case anyone was wondering about the mechanics. So that was the first mechanic. The first mechanic was the hug. This second mechanic with the ice creeping up from the left side, that is going to be the Pillars of Ice. You want to go ahead and freedom, because this debuff over here is going to be something that can stun you. Now, a good thing to do is reference the mechanics, because in the hard mode, majority of the mechanics stay the same. The main difference is the cannon changes, and that's pretty much it. This is the third mechanic. This is the flurry, and this is why I was saying it's not much of a mechanic. It essentially is just the best DPS phase for you. He's going to go ahead and just attack you a bunch, and it's when you can honestly do the most amount of DPS to him. Fourth mechanic is going to be these Glacite Minions. And like I said, you just want to either use Chain and Dragon Breath, or just throw a Chin at him, or whatever. Because he's going to be invulnerable the entire time they're alive. So you want to go ahead and just get them down, because they're more of an inconvenience than really anything else. And then, okay, it's actually used all 5 already. And as you can see, when there's creeping ice coming from the right to the left, it is going to be his cannon attack. And like I said, in the normal mode, this isn't something you have to worry about. You can just throw on your shield and resonance it. You can throw on your prayer, and you can devo it if you want to. I mean, you don't really have to, but that's essentially all 5 of the mechanics. And this, in the normal mode, he gets an additional mechanic where he increases his defense. And he essentially, hold up, He can go ahead and do something like that, back-to-back cannons. That is way worse in the hard mode, but in easy mode, it's literally nothing. But yeah, like I was saying, he kind of gets a sixth mechanic where he goes ahead and increases his defense. And since this video, yeah, it's been 5 minutes, so I'll go ahead and essentially end it. So if you have a question about any of those mechanics, I don't know why you would, but that's essentially an easy mode kill. As you can see, if you try, you can kill him relatively fast, or you can just throw on Soul Split and camp him, and you can make some decent money per hour from him. What'd I get that kill? Did I just get the Hydrix bolts? Is that really it? Okay, that was a bad example because I think I only got one drop, or I only picked up one drop. Either or. But yeah, still 400k from that, and it was 2 minutes of completely AFK. Alright, so like I said, this is going to be a super short video because it's going over the normal mode. I just wanted to make this video so going over the hard mode would be a more streamlined version, and I wouldn't have to explain the mechanics as in depth. So that's essentially it. He has those 5 mechanics. You want to go ahead and kill him pretty much as fast as you can, and try to make as much money. I heard that the normal mode does have better drop rates on some of his drops. As you can see, I have his little pet right here. If we go over here, we can take a look and see what he looks like. Honestly, not that impressive. Like, I think the Carapac pet is like way better. But yeah, he's alright for a little ice cube dude. Alright guys, but don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and tune in for the next video, which is going to be the hard mode guide.